Hey everybody, Anthony Aniano from RotoBaller Radio and RotoBaller.com here with our Week 1 sleeper and value plays. Whether for your season-long format or a DFS game, these players can help you and fly a little bit under the radar. And we start at the quarterback position with Jameis Winston of the New Orleans Saints, all healed up from that ACL injury, priced at only $5,300 on DraftKings. Last season played in only 7 games before injury. And played very well. Forget about that 30 touchdown, 30 interception season a couple of years ago with Tampa. Last season, 14 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. And that was without Michael Thomas, without the rookie now, Chris Olave, and now Alvin Kamara avoiding suspension as well. That offense is stacked. They're on the road against the Atlanta Falcons, who last season finished 15th in the league against the pass, allowing just over 241 yards a game. Overall, they were 26th in the league in overall defense, allowing 364 yards a game. And they allowed the 6th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks last year, 22.5 fantasy points a game. At the running back position, my first running back, Mike Davis of the Baltimore Ravens against the New York Jets. Doesn't look good for J.K. Dobbins. I have no doubt Lamar Jackson's going to lead the Ravens in rushing this upcoming Sunday against the Jets. But Mike Davis, $4,400 on DraftKings is a bargain for the guy who should step into a lead back role. Going against the Jets defense that allowed the most fantasy points to running backs on the season. Last season at just over 32.5 fantasy points per game. They allowed 28 total touchdowns to the running back position last season, allowing 138 rushing yards a game. Like I said, Lamar Jackson may lead him in rushing, but Mike Davis could catch the ball, run the ball, and could easily see the end zone. My second running back on the sleeper and value plays for Week 1, Miles Sanders of the Philadelphia Eagles. He averaged 76 total yards per game last year. He was a disappointment. Maybe you drafted him as your third running back, but a situation where you could get him in your lineup this week. DraftKings has him priced at $5,400. They go against the Detroit Lions. The Lions, who allowed the 5th most fantasy points a game last year to opposing running backs at 26.8. They allowed 135 yards rushing a game, 28th overall, and they allowed just under 380 total yards. This Philadelphia Eagles offense should be able to eat up the Lions defense. Jalen Hurts, again, may lead him in rushing, but there's a path to success for Miles Sanders. At the wide receiver position, my first one is way under the radar. It's A.J. Green of the Arizona Cardinals in what should be a shootout against the Kansas City Chiefs. DeAndre Hopkins suspended, obviously. Hollywood Brown is there. Everybody loves Rondell Moore, and so do I. But if you're looking for a sleeper, A.J. Green. You know the A.J. Green who last season was targeted 92 times by Kyler Murray, who had 54 receptions for 848 yards and 3 touchdowns. DraftKings has him at 4,600 yards. If you're like me predicting the shootout with the Chiefs, A.J. Green should be involved. My second wide receiver sleeper and value play, going back to Baltimore, Devin Duvernay of the Baltimore Ravens, listed as the wide receiver 2 on this team. Next to Bateman, Mark Andrews still there. Duvernay in a position to potentially PPR the Jets to death. A Jets defense that allowed just under 34 fantasy points a game last year to the wide receiver position. They allowed 275 passing yards a game. Yeah, I'm pushing all in with the Baltimore Ravens. And finally, at the tight end position, Evan Ingram of the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Washington team. $3,500 on DraftKings. Second best receiving option, in my opinion, on this Jaguars team after Christian Kirk. Okay, the Washington Commanders, 28th in the league in pass defense last year, just under 266 yards a game, and allowed just under 13 fantasy points to opposing tight ends last year with 5 touchdowns. So in review, sleeper value plays for Week 1, quarterback Jameis Winston, running backs Mike Davis and Miles Sanders, at the wide receiver position, A.J. Green and Devin Duvernay, and my sleeper in value at the tight end position from Jacksonville, Evan Ingram. All right, everybody, don't forget, if you want to see more values, more sleepers, more draft rankings, head over to RotoBaller.com right now. Sign up with the promo code ACES and save yourself 10% at discount Follow me on Twitter at @Aniano Fantasy, and good luck in week 1, folks. Have a good one.